First things first. Seeking the kingdom in life and business. Let's be honest. Every day feels like a battlefield for our attention. Emails ping, projects pile up, relationships need nurturing, responsibilities weigh heavy. And then, somewhere in the middle of it all, there's this quiet whisper reminding us we're running hard, but maybe not running in the right direction. The truth is, we can spend our whole lives chasing the next thing, more income, more recognition, more security, only to discover that more never satisfies. That's where Matthew 6:33 cuts through the noise. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Jesus is telling us that the order of our pursuits matters. Get the order wrong, and you live anxious, scattered, and restless. Get the order right, and life begins to align. Order brings peace. A radical reordering. When Jesus spoke these words, he wasn't addressing CEOs or entrepreneurs. He was talking to ordinary people, farmers, fishermen, parents who worried about survival. Food, clothes, tomorrow's uncertainty. Their tension wasn't that different from ours. The backdrop has changed, but the anxiety feels familiar. Into that world, Jesus said, "Stop exhausting yourselves chasing provision. Start by chasing me." That was radical. He was offering a new economy of trust. Instead of finding identity in Rome's rule, their own striving, or the endless cycle of worry, he pointed them toward God's kingdom, his reign, his values, his way of being. And here's the kicker. He promised that when they pursued God first, provision would follow. The same holds true for you and me today. Words that reshape us. Let's zoom in. Seek first doesn't mean dabble or occasionally glance at God's priorities. The Greek phrasing implies active, ongoing pursuit. It's not a one-time checkbox. It's a posture of life. Kingdom is more than heaven someday. It's God's authority here and now. It's his rule over your calendar, your finances, your decisions, your leadership. To seek the kingdom is to ask, what does it look like for God to reign in this part of my life? And righteousness? That's not about being squeaky clean perfect. It's about living in right relationship with God, with others, and even with yourself. It's choosing integrity over shortcuts, justice over silence, mercy over judgment. Professionally, that could look like running your business with fairness when competitors cut corners, or choosing to lead people, not just manage results. Do you feel the weight of that? These aren't abstract religious ideas. They're deeply practical invitations to reorder your personal and professional world. The illusion of control versus the reality of trust. Here's the emotional tension. Most of us live as if we're holding the world together by sheer force of will. We white-knuckle our way through schedules and spreadsheets, believing that if we don't control every outcome, everything will collapse. That illusion of control is exhausting. Jesus invites us to let go. He doesn't say, ignore your needs. He says, stop worrying about them. Trust me to handle what you cannot. Think about it like juggling. You and I keep tossing balls into the air. Work, family, health, finances. And the fear is that if we drop one, the whole act falls apart. Jesus says, put me first, and I'll hold what your hands can't. That's the reality of trust. It doesn't remove responsibility, but it removes the crushing weight of self-sufficiency. Spiritual insights with professional weight. This truth applies as much to boardrooms as it does to living rooms. Spiritually, it calls you to reorder your heart around what lasts. Relationally, it challenges you to love people for who they are, not for what they can provide. Professionally, it invites you to stop bowing to temporary metrics and start leading with eternal values. Ask yourself, are you chasing numbers, or are you building something that reflects God's kingdom, something marked by integrity, service, and impact? Because here's the truth. Profits will come and go, but the culture you build, the way you treat people, and the values you embody, that's what lasts. Your business is not exempt from this call. It is a stage where the kingdom can be sought and righteousness can be lived out. Anchor points for the journey. There are a few truths worth memorizing, worth tattooing on your mind and heart. Peace follows priority. When God comes first, anxiety loses its grip. Provision follows trust. God takes responsibility for the life ordered around him. Purpose follows surrender. When you stop striving to control, you start stepping into your true calling. Each of these isn't just a phrase, it's a choice to reorder, a choice to trust, a choice to seek first. Reprioritize now. So let me challenge you, as a mentor would. Take inventory of your pursuits. What's driving your decisions right now? Fear, ambition, security, or the kingdom of God? Where are you overvaluing temporary things and undervaluing eternal ones? Reprioritize. Professionally, that may mean leading with transparency, even when it costs. Personally, it might mean choosing prayer before panic. Spiritually, it will always mean aligning your heart with God's. Don't wait for life to simplify before you put God first. Put God first and watch life begin to simplify. Seek first the kingdom. Seek his righteousness and trust, truly trust, that all these things will be added. Because the order of your pursuits will determine the peace of your life.